details in these videos because we show the buyer exactly what they're going to see before they drive all the way up here. We understand the importance of the surrounding neighborhood. So we try to take a very deep walk from a distance so that you can make the judgment on whether it's worth your time to come up here. This road is called Gnu South. Impala Woods is a beautiful subdivision. I'm going to walk down this road. We leave nothing out in our videos. Cute little cabin. Remember, this is a little bit of an older subdivision. A lot of weekenders in here. A lot of weekenders in here. To the right, you have a prototypical setup with the RV and the roof, and I really like that. You'll find a lot of people from outside the area do that same similar setup because it protects the RV. I believe the person in this yellow house right here is retired. As we approach Ibex South, where the property is located, we see a couple of other units. Real quiet out here. Real quiet. This is a mixture of mobile homes, RVs, and travel trailers. You can see some mobile homes up there. One right there. As I turn this way, make a left. This road right here is called Ibex South. This is Ibex South. So I come down Gnu South, I turn left, and the property is actually right there where that red vehicle is. On the corner, you've got a weekender. Lots 16, 17, and 18 are right next door to this. Okay. Directly across the street, this person keeps their property very nicely done. Fenced in yard, which is nice. This person, from what I hear, never met him. He's in Houston, and sometimes he comes up once every 2 to 3 months. So it's pretty much vacant. And I know that because I spoke with the gentleman that is maintaining his grass right here. Okay. And he said, no kids, no family, just by himself, from what I hear. Haven't met him personally. I hear he's very, very nice too. So we've had this property for about 5 or 6 months, maybe longer, maybe 8 months, 9 months, and we've never met him. So now, as I turn the corner, you can see our property right here. It's a good angle. Here's the fence line. Goes down the back, I think about 90 feet. It goes to the front about 70 feet. There's an opening here, but there's an electric pole there. There's enough space to get a vehicle between the brand new electric. This is new electric, just installed, a whole setup, which is really nice. Saves you a lot of money. Okay, so you can get a vehicle through there, but there's also another entrance right on the side there, which there's an adjacent road. You see where my vehicle is parked right there? You see, Ibex comes down here. One great thing about this property, it has an adjacent road that runs, it's platted, not being used. Can you say extra parking space, Thanksgiving dinner, family coming over? You can see my vehicle there. You can probably park 2 or 3 cars over there. Anyway, here's the neighbor once again. There's the road we came off of. We turned left. We're at this 3,800 square foot approximately property. Beautiful square. Brand new electric installed. I'm going to walk the property with you in a second, but I want to show you the street so you know what to expect. As we come down the street, there's this house across, and I once again, I don't think they're full-time residents. I never see them. They need to cut their grass. They're never here. That's why it kind of has the abandoned look. I think people come down and they start working on them and then they take off for the year. As I turn around, here's the neighbor on the other side. Real nice property. Okay? Real nice property. Got a cute little cabin. A cute little playhouse. Can't beat it. There is a little green mobile home right there. I'm not going to go too much farther, but I think you get the gist. I just want you to know that what you're seeing is pretty consistent on both adjacent streets. Nice looking house right there. It's hard to say which are full-timers and which aren't. This house over here, kind of odd looking, a little bit different. I think that's a fairly new privacy fence they put up. Nice that their dogs are contained. Anyway, I'm going to turn back around. And we're going to end up right at the property. So, really quiet. Very few full-timers on this immediate street. I'm sure that person is full-time. That one is not. That one is not. A lot of weekenders. And we're coming back to lots 16, 17, and 18. I believe it's 149 Ibex. So, here's a great corner shot of the property. Okay? Right where she is right there, she's putting our for sale sign up, Yolette. Comes to the corner about 70 feet. Drops back. At that point right there, there's nothing behind it, just a ravine. Nobody's ever going to build back there. So right back there, pretty neat, pretty good stuff. Where the vehicle is parked, right next door, about 20 feet, it's a platted street. Nobody would know it. That's so cool. Obviously, nobody uses it because there's nobody at the end. It just stops right there. But think about it. How much space you have. Here is Fawn Street. So this is like your own personal street. Now look, I can fit 2 cars virtually side by side. And at least 3 sets. I could put 6 cars right here. I could put 6 cars right there. That's so handy to have. And nobody's ever going to be there. Anyway, we're going to go take a look at the property now. Here we are. Greatest property you've ever seen in your entire life. Impala Woods subdivision located on the north side of the Lake Livingston. This property is 3 lots together, and they total approximately 3,600 square feet, just under 4,000 square feet of land. Beautiful plat. Couldn't have asked for a better looking plat. This plat is not a perfect square, and it's barely a rectangle. There are 70 feet of frontage roughly by 90 feet of depth. You can't get a better plat than that. The 3 lots are mostly developed. The street is beautiful. I've walked the street, and you've seen the video. Real quiet neighborhood. Most of the people, I think, are weekenders. I never see them come out. The property right next door, got an old travel trailer on it. Don't worry, he's a weekender. He comes up once every couple, 3 months. I've never met him, but they say he's really nice. No other family members, nothing. So very, very quiet as I'm standing here right now. I hear nothing but my own voice. This property are 3 lots together, lots 16, 17, and 18, block 5, section 5. And we're going to walk this property today.
Development, development, development. People always ask me about developing. It's very, very difficult for me to get fully developed properties. You know, to what extent does this develop? It's nearly completely developed. So we're pretty happy on that. The only thing that you have to do is a septic installation. It'll run you approximately $4,600. Great part is this is the one city that will do that septic installation. That's correct. You don't have to hire outside, go in the telephone book and hire independently. The city will do the septic install. So if they install the septic, you know it's done right. If there's a problem, they come back, they'll take care of it. Everything else is done. The clearing, you save $3,000 right there. It's partially fenced in. There's a couple $1,000s right there. Brand new electric. People always ask me about electric. Electric always gets real tricky in this area because the electric company has to come out and do a site inspection before giving you a quote. So when we sell these lands, a lot of times we can't tell you exactly what it's going to cost. It's a surprise. Well, not here. The electric's been installed. At the corner of the property, we have a short meter pole, completely set up, ready to go. All the new owner has to do is run a pipe right where I'm standing to the street for the septic. There's minor development details, running your wires, yada, yada. We can't do the septic because we don't know where you're going to put your RV. So please understand that. We would normally probably go ahead and install the septic, but this is a very special property. It's different than the others. And we realize how important it is that the new owner decide where his septic install is going to be placed. Impala Woods Association dues is going to run approximately $210 a year, give or take $4 or $5. I'm not sure exactly, but it's going to be around $200, $210 per year, and that includes the use of the boat ramp and everything else you need to be a member of this community. Beautiful boat ramp section, best in the area, bathrooms, everything. We're going to show you all of that. We are very thorough when we sell properties. If you're in Houston, if you're in Pasadena, if you're in Killing Temple, if you're in California and you see this video, we have spent the time for you to know that it's exactly what you're going to see. We just did a long distance sale last month to a customer in California. He even developed the property, came and saw it. I just met with him 2 weeks ago and he was happy. He said, "Paul, it's fantastic. It's exactly what I saw in the video." And that type of feedback makes me confident that no matter where you are, that you will like this property if you like what you see right now. My line is open at 423-BUY-LAND. We're open 7 days a week up to midnight, and I really encourage your calls. We're nationally marketed, so there are people in different time zones that want information. So we stay up till midnight Texas time. Midnight Texas time might be around 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Colorado, maybe a little bit earlier in Hawaii, California. Anyway, I thank you so much for the time you spent. Stick with us. We're going to walk the property, show you the boat ramp section, and wait for your call. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Okay, here we are. We're on the property. I'm standing in front of my for sale sign where I just took the video. As I turn this camera around, you have the adjacent parking street, the extra place for people to park, which is really nice. You have the neighbor. As I turn around, there is a fence. It's salvageable. Never seen them. Never seen them. I've actually never seen those people either. As you turn around, right across the street are empty lots. I've checked out those lots. Ooh, brutal clearing. This close next to the lake, clearing costs are really high because it's like a jungle, naturally, because of the soil and the water. This property has a slight decline. Whoever owned the property before, I believe, utilized this as an entrance, and that's why there's nothing there. And he actually had a mobile home that went down this side right here. And now, of course, that mobile home is pulled off. We have pulled out all the tie downs for the new people. We've done all the clearing. When we purchased the property, this property, you could not see it. It was a jungle. We personally cleared it. We cut everything down. As I turn around, you'll see the other opening in the fence back there. Now, pretty neat. What I'm thinking is this. You could make a driveway in an L-shaped. Go right through there. You see these trees right here? I can cut those down. That's nothing to cut down. I do a lot of clearing. I didn't cut them down just for the shade aspect. But we understand that because a little bit of an awkward location with the electric that you'll want to get through here with a car if you want to use it. But there's plenty of space. You got about 10, 15 feet there, maybe 15. So very doable. I'm going to walk to the corner and show you the brand new electric. This was installed, I think, about 2-3 months ago. For RVers, a permit will be required by the subdivision to put an RV. Has to be neat in appearance and no older than 1980. That's in order to get the permit. Not too bad. Not many people have mobile homes or RVs older than 1980. So here is the brand new pole that was installed. And of course the wire goes here and it goes there. Now, you'll have to run your own wire to wherever you want your mobile home or your RV or wherever you're going to put your pad. These are things that we can't do because we don't know. Let's see if I can get in here. All right, there we go. Okay. Wow. This has a 200 amp setup. I'm thinking because it says 200 amp right there. Brand spanking new. And it has an exterior outlet, which is cool. Anyway, let's go down this fence line real quickly. That's a beautiful sight, isn't it, guys? That's called a water meter. We had the water turned on, so we've used it. So we know that there's no break in the line from there to there. Cost of a water meter to be installed in this area is approximately $1,600. Okay? He's never there. It's dingy, looks a little bit ugly, but he didn't bother you. Comes up once a month. There is a pole which you could utilize if you took the electric there. Okay, let's go over the math. $1,600 for a water meter. Roughly $2,000 to $3,000 to clear it. That put me at top end around $5,000 in development right there alone. The electric setup right there, that runs around $500. And then the actual cost to go to the pole, have the electric company come out, you're looking at around $6,000 in development already. The fence is very salvageable. There's only a couple of breaks in the fence. So add a couple $1,000s onto that. And I think you're going to have about $8,000 in development cost. So I'm walking around the back of the property. My for sale sign is up there. Give you a back shot of the corner. Slight decline. Not too steep. Just a perfect gentle slope. Perfect water runoff. And a quick look at the trees. Trees are always important. I always get that question, what about the trees? Tall. Notice I said straight trees. Beautiful trees. Oak trees. That one is a big pine. That's an oak. That I think is a red oak right there. Very large, straight trees. So you have no leaners on this property. Well done. We cut down what we had to cut down. As I come out to the adjacent road fawn, you can see you can park 2 or 3 cars. If you had to, you could stick an RV right here, in my opinion. Stay there for the night while you put your pad in. We always recommend a pad. As we go behind here, nobody's going to build behind you. Goes out to a little creek system. Actually, I think the subdivision owns this, I believe. Okay, subdivision owns that. So good drainage, good everything. Nobody will ever build behind you. But I want to thank each and every person, for watching our videos. We're very proud of this property, and we're pretty excited about it. You just can't get better or more developed in a quieter neighborhood than what we have. I cannot get properties that have electric, fence, water meter, and cleared at the same time. Electric, fence, water meter, and cleared. 4,600, the county will install, the city will install the septic. Most cities don't install their septic systems. You don't want to hire outside. You want the city to be responsible. 4,600, move your unit on tomorrow. You're done. You just can't get better than that. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day. Okay, here we are at Impala Woods boat ramp section. We're at the entrance. As you can see, it says boat ramp and recreation area, property owners and guests only. You'll get a key. And we're here to demonstrate this plot of land. It's like a lollipop. It's a circular plot of land. I'd say it's about a couple of acres, maybe even actually more. Could be like 3 or 4 acres. As you go around, you can see that here's the lollipop. Right to the right is where the boat ramp is, where you dock your boat. Okay. This land stretches over here, all along the lake, for you to have parties and what have you, and do what you have to do. Here's the boat ramp. Beautiful area. Keep in mind that we've been all over the county, and you do not get a designated area like this unless you buy into this subdivision. There are boat ramps in subdivisions, and what they are just a little ramp between a couple of houses. You don't have a place where you could relax for the afternoon, where you could park a car, where you can fish, where you could spend the day with your family. You can get out of the subdivision and spend the entire day on the lake. And so that's the boat ramp right there. This gentleman must be fishing, or no, actually he dropped the boat. Beautiful, beautiful lake. This is probably one of my favorite buildings. You will not find this at any other subdivision, at any other designated area to drop your boat. Keep in mind, once again, no subdivision has its own private park. So this is really special. This is the bathroom. And let me tell you, it's pretty clean, neat. There's the women's bathroom, the women's side. And here is the men's. This is really nice. So let me tell you, I was fishing here once, and I realized the value at 10 o'clock at night of that building. Okay, this is pretty interesting, this building right here. This is a building, last I checked, was rentable to the lot owners. Now, this was about 8-9 years ago. It was like $50 a day. And inside that building are several tables, a fridge, stove, AC units. You can rent that if you're going to hold a big family get-together. You can rent it for the day. You can have AC in there when it's hot. You can eat in there. You can work out of there while your family or party, whether it's a wedding reception or whatever, is playing out front. It really is a fantastic asset. And it's got everything you need on the inside of this building. I wish I could get a picture of it, but really nice to have. You're not going to find that anywhere else. Okay. Next to this building, of course, you got the outside picnic tables. But a lot of times, people are inside that building, and their families are out here, especially when you have parties of 20 or 30. And of course, place for the kids to play. It's got a playground, and the land stretches. Over here is the world's greatest dog. That's my boy Tank. Good boy, buddy. You good boy. Daddy loves you. All right, and of course we're going by the lake right now. And they've got these tables right here where you can sit and watch the lake. Plenty of water frontage. Plenty of water frontage. Good boy, Tank. Tank is 7 months old, by the way. So as you go over here, this is the only place in the area that has stairs that go into the water. This is a designated swimming area. So they don't like fishing here, so you don't worry about fish hooks for the most part. Okay? Now, you see the end of this dock? It's only about 4 feet deep out there. So all of this is relatively shallow. So in the summertime, you'll often find 5, 10, 15 people with floaties out there. Really, really nice. I've gone swimming in there before. I don't go very much, just because not much for lakes. I like the ocean. And you can see where our vehicle's parked. You can park anywhere around there that you want to park. This dock is relatively new. I want to say about 8 years old. When the hurricane happened 8 years ago, it was washed out, and so they put a new one up there. I like walking the dock. Beautiful. For those of you who buy into Lake Livingston Village, this really is the icing on the cake. You can't find this anywhere else. You can't find this in any subdivision on the lake. It's a beautiful sight. We've gone fishing off of here many nights, and get some great catfish here. There's a lot of bass in this lake. They hold fishing tournaments every year in this lake. This is the second largest man-made lake in the state of Texas. It has more coastline than the state of Maine. So it's a really good-sized lake. You go water skiing, jet skiing, everything that you need to do to have a lot of fun. There's a fisherman there. Now, an interesting point about this section here, which is really cool. If you're into fishing, you cannot get a better location on this lake in which to fish. You can see the truck over there in the distance, and they drop the boat there. Okay? Now, they go out here, and right about to there is a bridge. Okay? Now, the bridge in Alaska, it goes up, because underneath there is the channel. Look how close you are to the channel. Why is that significantly important? I'll explain to you why. Well, I'm trying to zoom in for you. That would be a little, actually right about there, right there. See where the bridge goes up and the channel comes under. The channel is where the deepest part of the river comes into. This was a river at one time, and they flooded the valley in the 1920s, I believe. So they pinched the river and they put a dam somewhere down there, and they flooded this whole valley. So a lot of people got some free waterfront property out of the deal. But this was originally the San Jacinto River, or the well. So anyway, what that means is this: when you undock your boat here, as you go out, it's 4 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, and I've done this with a depth finder. I've been on a boat. As you get to the deeper part of the channel, right there, the depth finder, the feet drop. So it goes from 4, 10, 12 to as deep as 20, 25 feet, right where the channel is. That's where the big catfish are. They hide there when it's hot out, and they go into the deeper waters. So if you were to take a boat right there and drop your lines, you would be catching what we would call monster catfish. I've done it. It's amazing. If you were anywhere on this lake, you would have to take a boat a really, really long way. The lake winds, there's all the little different sections. It could take you as much as an hour to get there. But with Impala Woods, the absolute perfect placement for fishing, you cannot get a better spot. People often put trout lines out there, and they'll drop like little buoys, and they'll come out later on, they'll pick it up, and they'll have 20, 25 pound catfish attached to it. I've heard that you can get them up to 40 to 45 pounds. A gentleman caught a 43 pounder a few years back. So if you're into fishing, this is the best of the best. You just can't get better than this. Everything all together. You know, here's a shot from the dock. You know, you can have your parties there. You got your bathroom there. You can line up and